Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the second season of Kings Connected. My name is Dylan Baker. In our last episode, we talked to Colin Holmes, a forward who was signed with the Komoka Kings for next year. With Colin, we talked about his one season with the Elgin Middlesex Chiefs AAA U18 program and what that year provided him the opportunity to do, as well as his meteoric rise through multiple levels to get to this point. It was a great chat with Colin, and I recommend you check that out after you watch today's interview with Nolan Burnside, a 2004-born forward who is signed with the Komoka Kings for next year. Nolan was on the U16 AAA London Junior Knights in 2019-2020 and spent last year with the French River Rapids of the NOJHL, only getting to play 8 games due to the COVID-19 pandemic, where he posted 1 goal. I'm very excited to get a chance to talk to Nolan. So without further ado, let's bring him in. Here is Nolan Burnside. Nolan Burnside joins me now. Nolan, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Getting things going. Looking back on your minor hockey years with the London Junior Knights, what did that organization mean to you?
Yeah, so I played most of my minor hockey career there. Met lots of great players, coaches, had some great teams. If it weren't for that organization, I wouldn't be here where I am today. So no complaints on my end.
We hear a lot of good things about the London Junior Knights, and glad to hear that your experience was also a positive one. You played 8 games last year with the French River Rapids. What was that like, and how do you feel that experience playing in the NOJHL can help make the transition to the GOJHL a smooth one?
Yeah, for sure. It was a different experience with COVID and everything, and we only played 8 games, but the organization taught me a lot to play with confidence and to always believe in myself. So it was good, and they taught me how to react when there was a bigger guy or a faster guy, and how to help myself become a better player.
That's awesome. As a 2004 born guy, I'm sure it was tough at times against the bigger players, although you did only play 8 games, but it's good that they were able to teach you how to react when that situation does arise. As we mentioned earlier, you've signed with the Kings for next year. How did you come to that decision?
Yeah, so I heard a lot of great things about the Kings organization and Colin, and it was a pretty easy decision, and I love playing close to home, and it's just I felt like the Kings were the best fit for me.
That's great. Of course, last year going so far up north, now you get to stay a little bit closer. I'm sure that's much nicer for you.
Yeah.
Moving to the Kings next year, what can you expect from your first year with the team?
Yeah, I hope to be an impact player, go into the team, trying to look to put up points and to help on the defensive end. And I want to be a guy that the coach can turn to and put me in any type of situation.
That's awesome. If you had to describe your play style to fans, what can they expect from Nolan Burnside in the Kings uniform next year?
Yeah, I'm a hardworking guy that gives everything I got every shift. And I like to get my nose dirty. I like to go into corners. I like to stir the pot with some guys. And I like to always – I see the ice well, so I always like to make plays happen that, some people in the fans won't see that play outcome.
Those small plays can make a big impact. And of course, that work ethic so huge for a team's success and a player's success individually. Is there a guy that you really enjoy watching play or that you model your game after?
Yeah, Brian Marchand is probably the perfect example. He likes to get under guys' skin. He uses his body. He sees the ice well, and I feel like that's how I play as well. And he can also put the puck in the net, which you gotta love.
Marchand, not exactly a popular guy around the league, but certainly a very, very good player. What did you learn from your coaches last year, and what do you think head coach Colin Martin, his coaching staff, can bring to your game this season?
Yeah, my coaches last year, they taught me how to play with confidence and to always believe in myself, and that goes a long way. And this year, I hope to become a better player, and I think Colin and his coaching staff can help me do that.
Awesome. Final question for you, Nolan. What have you been doing over the last couple of years to get yourself to a point now where you feel you're ready to take the next step in your game with the Komoka Kings?
Yeah, so all those days you work out and all those days you go skiing, I feel like it finally pays off when you signed a junior B card. And that's all I've been doing is working out, skating, dry land. And shortly I'm working out with Blake McConnell-Barker, former Kings captain. So it's going to be good. I'm very excited.
That's fantastic, Blake. Of course, as you mentioned there, a former Komoka Kings captain, has his own training program now as well. Nolan, thanks so much for joining the show today. Looking forward to seeing you out there on the ice next year.
Thank you.
That was my interview with Nolan Burnside, a very interesting one at that. He talked about how he is a gritty and tough guy to play against. He likes making the little plays that maybe won't show up on the stat sheet, maybe won't get picked up by most fans, but are crucial to a team's success. He models his game after a guy like Brad Marchand, who can put points up on the board and is also an in-your-face kind of guy who makes things happen with his body and with his physicality out there on the ice. I'm really looking forward to seeing Nolan out there in a Kings uniform next year. Should be a great addition to the team. We thank you all very much for joining us here on episode 3 of Kings Connected, and we'll talk to you again later this week with another great episode.